Alright, what's up guys, and welcome to my next Avatar Conquest video, in which I was defending in a siege battle. And as you can see, right away my ally starts sending out some Yariki cavalry, because our enemy has some parrot guns right up on the hill, so he sends everything he has, but these Tosa riflemen pretty much decimate him along with the general. But somehow this unit breaks through and actually kills a couple of the parrot gunners. So that helped us a bit because it slowed down their shooting with the parrot guns. And just while that's going on, I'll go a quick run through of the units. I have two Katanakachi? Yeah, two. Okay, so two Katanakachi and one spear levy. My general's back here. I have an Imperial Infantry here and two more here, so 3 Imperial Infantry. My ally has a general, those 2 Yariki that you just saw die, and the rest are all Red Bear Infantry. And then you have the enemy. One is a Shogun 2 profile where you see warrior nuns here, katana samurai. Just warrior nuns and katana samurai there, it looks like. I think that's all he brought. And then these bow warrior monks. And then he's a Fall of the Samurai profile, and you have Tosa riflemen, parrot guns, his general, Katanakachi, and something he's trying to hide back here. Can't see it. More parrot guns. So I'm not really sure what he did with these parrot guns, because I didn't see them the entire game. Just looks like horses walking away. I don't know what that is. Never seen that before. Alright, so at this point they're going to start moving up their bow units and pretty much just harassing us, because bow units have more range than even pretty much the highest ranged gun units. And Imperial Infantry don't have a whole lot of range. They have 125, which is decent. But with the bow units right there, they'll be able to pick them off one by one before I can even hit them. So, he's going to start doing that fairly soon. And the Tosa riflemen also have very good range. I was going to bring Tosa riflemen, but they have horrible melee attack, and I figured that they were going to pretty much get into our castle pretty easily, so I needed some ranged units I'd be able to fight in hand-to-hand combat. So I move all my guys back because they're getting decimated by the Tosa riflemen and the archers. And my ally's done the same. He's moving his Red Bear back, but I believe the archers can actually hit that far, so we have to move back even further. And he also has a few units of Shogatai and Katanakachi, which gives him a pretty distinct melee advantage, because my ally didn't bring any melee, so all I had was the 2 Katanakachi and the 1 spear levy back here. And we were playing on medium funds, so I didn't have enough to actually bring my veteran Katanakachi, and plus some of my best veteran Katanakachi were hurt from a battle I fought previously, which unfortunately I forgot to save the replay of. It was when we were on offense. This was actually the same lobby, and we were fighting these guys while me and my ally were on offense. And we actually won that one. But anyway, he's coming up with his Katanakachi and Shogatai and moving up his bow warriors, but he's gonna wait until this actually sets on fire and he gets to control the gate, so that instead of having to climb up and having my guys right here just pick him off one by one, he actually can just send up all of these at the same time up the ramp, which is a very good thing to do. So if you ever have an opportunity to destroy the gates, I highly recommend doing that, because if you have to climb up and your enemy has guns or bows or anything, he'll just pick you off while you're coming up the wall, so there's not really a point to doing that when you can just destroy this. So now the gate's opened up, but if I remember correctly, he's going to try and keep harassing us with the bows for as long as he can until he's forced to come into the base. So my ally moves up for some reason, and I tell him to move back because he's just going to keep hitting us with the bows. So we move all of our guys back into the very back of the base, so hopefully he can't hit us anymore. I'm going to set this to fast forward for a second just to get things moving. So now he tries to lure us out by putting all his guys at the bottom of the ramp. So we start moving our guys up, and then I realize that they're not coming up, so I tell my Imperial Guard to stop moving so that the archers don't get them. But my ally didn't realize that, so he keeps sending up the red bears and the archers just keep getting him. So this guy was actually pretty good at playing a cat and mouse type game with his archers. So he was actually very good at that. So now he pulls his guys back because my ally decides that he's actually going to go all the way in and put his red bear right there and shoot at them. Because putting them midway isn't really going to do anything, so he decides he's going to put them all the way up against the wall and try and get some kills that way. And he does hit quite a few of them. Unfortunately, bow warrior monks have very high morale, so even if he kills a few of them with his gun units, their morale is still going to be really high and they're not even going to be close to routing. So he drove them off at least, but these Tosa riflemen were tearing them up. I really wish I brought my Tosa riflemen to this match. Looking back on it, it would have been much easier if I had done that, because mine are very highly upgraded. I have like 4 Tosa riflemen that are upgraded to level 5 and 1 that's upgraded to level 6. So if I brought them, it would have been much easier, but I decided to go with melee over ranged, and it proved to work pretty well, I think. So now that his Tosa rifleman forced us to drop back, he's going to start moving up with his melee troops and his allies' bow warrior monk unit. So we're positioned pretty much all the way at the back of the base right now because we are trying to stay away from the bow units at all costs in order to make them come into the base and attack us. So right now I'm just lining everything up as far back as I possibly can right now. And he's trying to draw us out by inching closer and closer to the wall. So I'm going to fast forward again so we don't have to watch this posturing for so long, because it's just going to be him moving around. My ally moves up his red bears again to try and scare this guy off. And I think he turned around quick enough this time that he's not going to get shot, so my ally just sees that and runs back. So there was a lot of posturing in this game and skirmishes before the actual full-on battle. So I'm going to fast forward, and my ally is moving back up again to try and scare him off, but this time he takes a while and it doesn't seem like he goes back. This is actually the moment where he's going to start storming the ramp. We realize this because he starts setting up his red bears and the bowmen stay there and these guys start coming around. So we realized that he was going to start going up the ramp. But when I saw them going around this far, I thought that he was going to come up and climb the wall here since we had all our guys facing this way. So I started to throw my guys at the wall over here. And then his troops actually, you can see my Imperial infantry coming. And then I realized that he actually was doing a very smart thing and lining up all of his troops into like single file, no not single file, three man wide lines, so that they all could fit up the ramp at the same time, which was actually very smart. I didn't think about that. So now his ally is also sending up a bunch of katana samurai and warrior nuns. So I'm desperately trying to get my Imperial infantry to line up in front of the gate here so they can start shooting at the people coming in. And then I move my general there because I have a very highly upgraded range general. He has like 90 reload speed and like 95 accuracy. So positioning him right here will be pretty good to stop the people coming out. So now I have my Imperial infantry all lined up, and I have my Katana Kachi and my Spear Levy coming in to try to bottleneck these melee troops. And he goes right for my Imperial Infantry, but like I said before, my Imperial Infantry have pretty good melee attack speed. I mean, not melee attack speed, melee attack and melee defense. So they can hold their own against the Katana Kachi and Shogutai. And then while they're holding their ground, I send in the Katana Kachi and Spear Levy to hit the Shogutai from behind. And they actually begin to start almost routing. This Imperial Infantry unit is getting beaten pretty handily. So I send my general at this angle so that I can get a shot on those guys back there, and their morale starts to go down pretty quickly.
Sir, an entire unit is dead.
Yeah, they massacred an entire unit of Imperial Infantry there because I couldn't get there quick enough. So I have my general shooting in now, and I sent in Katana Kachi to take them out. So I route. Oh, they're not routed yet. They actually have pretty high morale. But I'm taking them out as quickly as possible. I'm sending in all the troops I have, and now they're beginning to rout because I finally started making them lose. And then my allies, Red Bear, are doing a really good job of pretty much annihilating anything that comes through this wall and anything that's standing outside the wall. So this Tosa Rifleman unit gets routed almost instantly because once the Tosas are starting to get shot a lot, they don't have great morale and armor to just stand there and take hits. So now his ally is sending in all his Katana Samurai and Warrior Guns, and this got me worried because he had a lot of melee. So I reposition my general so I can move back a little bit and hit some of them. And I reposition my Imperial Infantry and my Katana Kachi and Spear Levy right into them. And he did a really good move and brought all three of his Red Bears over here off the wall, and we basically encircled all of their samurais, so they were getting shot on all sides at this point. And as you can see, it was pretty much just complete routing of every unit that was here because he was being shot from literally every angle. So then I see that they start sending in their generals as a last-ditch effort to try and rout some of us. So I put my general to attack some of their generals, and I think I kill him in a little bit. Here's one of them here. He's starting to rout. So we kill this guy's general. And now, pretty much, all these troops are about to rout here. So he's just further encircling them with his Red Bear, and I'm coming in with my general to help.
Victory is assured, sir.
And that pretty much routs the last of them. There might be one more unit that tries to sneak in here, but I think that's it. Yeah, but that is it for this one. So I honestly expected to lose that one after they were just charging through the gate, but we managed to pull that out, so that was a pretty good game. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. And I will have one more gameplay going up from this lobby. I actually played with the same ally again in a siege defense against the same two people, and they tried a slightly different tactic to beat us that time. So I will have that video up fairly shortly after this one. So once again, see you in the next video.